Good morning, guys. Okay, today I'm going to talk a little bit more about our complementary project, especially um, duplicating this black and gray image, this specific image. Okay, before we're going to go into, I want you to really check this video, Understanding Color. I posted on Web Campus. Go ahead and watch it. You haven't watched it. Especially the section for number 4, complementary, is very important. I'm going to go over the section that I want you to pay more attention to. So go ahead and let's go ahead take a look. All right, let's go back to this image. So we're using two colors because we're going for a complementary color wheel. By the way, every project we're going to use full page. Okay, last time half page, tree bark project, and then color wheel project, those are practice. So I ask you to fold it in half, but this time every project we're working on is going to be full size. Okay, so draw a full size of sketch out this imagery, and then we're using two complementary colors on the opposite color on the wheel, color wheels. So let's say you are going for purple and yellow. Okay. When we are using two colors, more than one colors, it's really important for you to make a decision. One color is going to be predominant, and then the other color is going to be the highlight, which means in this semester, how we approach color, the most important idea is approaching like lightning. Color is light. So think about it. If you're in the room, there is no light, there's no window, no light. Are you able to see color? No. And even if you are in, you're wearing all different color clothes, when you are inside of dark room, were you able to see any color? No. If you are in the same colorful outfit and then you go into very light, very red, strong red light room, what is your clothes look like? It's probably gonna be like red, right? So for us in this semester, how we approaching color is not the surface color. Okay, we're approaching color is more so the light source. Okay, so go back to when you're looking at this image, you can see that this is predominant color is yellow. The yellow is super bright. So think about big yellow bulb is coming into this place. Then the yellow is gonna be dominate majority of structure and the light source and then everything. So yellow is going to be the tone of this space. And then you are bringing very small hint of highlight, opposite color, purple, coming in wherever you feel like it's going to be the focal point or going to be the highlight a little bit. If there is no purple color, very fainted, small, opposite complementary purple color is not there, this spot wouldn't be as important as it does appear to be right now. Let's pay attention to this great image here. This is also great imagery that we're approaching color as light source. So obviously right here is blue, okay? Blue as light source, cold, and then orange as complementary color and also is a light source. So do you see that? Orange is affecting everywhere surrounding and blue affecting surrounding as a light source. Let's pay attention to other imagery. This is also, let's see, great example also. All right, this is red, and then predominantly it's majority of the blue. Okay, and when you're using predominant color, doesn't mean that you have to always use saturated color. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about saturation in a bit. Okay, but in this picture, there are lots of desaturated, muted blue, and then hint of red as a highlight. This is also great imagery from the video. Big orange light bulb in this space and slight small blue light bulb highlight this spot, and then this spot to make it more pop or to have audience to pay more attention to it. So when we are looking at this image, all right, you have to make a decision. First, what complementary color are you going to go for? Second, which color is going to be predominant color? And which color is going to be highlight color? All right. The predominant color is going to be 80% or 90%. And a highlight color is going to be the 10% wherever you think they're going to be a focal point. The reason why we're doing that in order to create contrast, okay, there are some elements that we can use to create contrast. Contrast means it's creating focal point. That means you want audience to pay attention to that certain spot. And then that's going to be the main focus, main character for your painting. All right. And then once you decide to which color is going to be predominate and which color is going to be highlight, then now we're approaching color as a light source, not selecting tools, which means we're bringing big light bulb, predominant color, and then small light bulb after. We're not doing, okay, the rock is going to be red, the sky is going to be blue, and the water is going to be green. We're not going to be that. All right, we're bringing big bulb and small highlight bulb. So I'm going to show you guys an example from the class. All right, I want you to pay attention to the contrast in color, values, and textures. Values means light and darkness. Color, predominant color, and highlight. Texture, which one is smoother, which one is rough. Okay? So when you pay attention to this, this is a very strong, heavy present going on. Why? Because there are a lot of great, heavy black on the base and then contrasting with white. All right? Around the heavy dark black, always next to bright white. So it creates contrast. Let's take a look at the color. So predominant color is greenish, bluish right here, very desaturated, okay, so that it doesn't really scream out attention. Saturated color, which means you're just using it out of the pastel box, it's highly saturated color. You want to mix either black, gray, white to tone it down, to desaturate it so that it has much more richness, much more um, desaturated color. Will back it up where the saturated color area, which is saturated color, is right around the red, okay? And saturated right around here. So obviously this artist want you to pay attention to those area, okay? And pay attention, predominant color, desaturated, nice blue, and highlight is bring it up a little bit of red around here. I recommend you to, when it comes to color, if you can create that color, I really recommend you to create that color. For example, if you want to use green, you can create your own green to mix those two colors up. Um, and then create your own color, or just mix a little bit of a blue so that it has a little bit hint of blue and green, so that it has a little bit more layer to it, and then mix with nice amount of a black, has a very nice desaturated color, and then very creating nice mood to it. And then pay attention to the texture here. All right, smooth texture on top of very strong rough texture. That also creates contrast. All right. All right. So we're going to check next example. Let's take a look. All right. This example, when I'm talking about the color, just use out of pastel box. So pay attention to, let's compare the colors. You can see that very saturated, kind of flat compared to this rich, ominous, and then dark, creating nice blue. There's something different, right? So that's why I recommend you to mix your own color, use your own color. But besides that, let's pay attention to the value. Also, this one has a strong black value, black value present. And then next to it, it has very nice high white clouds. Next to it, it make a high contrast to it. And then let's pay attention to the color. The predominant color is greenish teal, and then the highlight color is purple, little purple highlight bringing in here, so it's affecting around this. So obviously the artists want you to pay attention to around here, okay? And then texture, very nice roughness on the rock, and then smoothness on the clouds, and then I think that also creating very nice contrast to it. All right, let's pay attention to next one. All right. So when we're paying attention to this, we feel like this is a great texture going on. There is a great value going on, darkness and lightness. But something about this piece is a little bit muddy, right? Why is that? I think it's because when you're mixing physically two complementary color, for example, here is like a little bit purple and the yellow, they tend to get really muddy. So you don't want to physically mix those two colors. Every complementary color you are actually mixed, they turn into brown or muddy color. So that happened right over here. And The rock texture, heavy blending, as smooth as the cloud. So there's like contrast is kind of weak around here. All right. So besides that, I think this is pretty decent painting. All right. Now let's talk about saturated color. This one is highly stylized, but you can see that there are so much strong saturated red all over. You cannot really make out which one is most important subject matter when as opposed to this piece, right? So when we're looking at this piece, we right away we know this is the most important part. But when we're looking at this, every color is saturated. So we don't know where to look at. However, it has a very strong presence. That's the reason why it's really important using desaturated color and then use highly saturated color on the spot that where is going to be the main character focal point. All right. So pay attention to this. This is the most devoted painting in the class. When you pay attention, again, this artist make their own blue, okay, mixed with nice little bit of a green, lots of nice muted black and blue up here. The color already sets the tone. Very nice, smooth, and there's some highlights red going on here. Not much, just hint of it, so that the artist leading our eyes to where to look at, using the highlight, using the saturated color. Pay attention to the texture. There are lots of great texture on the rock, and there's a smooth texture around this cloud. So it creates nice contrast. As far as value goes, nice rich darkness and then highly whitewashed color around it. It creates very nice contrast. So for this project, I really want you to pay attention to how can I create contrast? How can I move around audience eyes by using those contrasts? What we are focusing on contrast in elements, values, brightness, and a darkness. You want it to be next to each other, creating contrast. Don't be afraid to use very pitch dark black. Second, color. Highlight and predominant color. We are using complementary color. Which color is going to be predominant color? Which color is going to be the highlight so that it's going to be the creating focal point? When you're using predominant color, see if you can create your own color and then see how much you can desaturate and saturate color to use creating focal point. And last, texture. You want it to create rough texture next to the smooth texture. That will also create contrast. So those things are main focus for this project. If you made a mistake, go ahead and use another paper to draw up again. All right. This is going to be the critique that I'm going to give you individually. If you need extra white, black, or paper, you can always contact me and then come get it from me. I have an extra. So good luck with this project. And I'm hoping to this video help you to work this project a little bit better and clarify some things that you guys had no idea with. All right, I'll talk to you soon and bye-bye.